Hello. Hi there. Is it okay? Everyone hear me? Good. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. Hope you've had a great day so far. As the lady kindly introduced me, I'm Ed Chandler. I'm the Chief Commercial and Partnerships Officer at eNett. And I think I've got about 30 minutes or so to talk to you about how we believe payments power experience. So I'm going to try and get through that in 25 minutes and then hopefully leave some time at the end for questions. So let's get into it. Just thought I'd start with a little video. Oh, we've got sound as well.
But Holland comes in for a pit stop. Time to refuel and change tires. Lou Moore himself changes the tires. Only 4 crew members, including the driver, are allowed to work on the car. It's a tense time. Holland stays in his seat, anxious to get away. Let's watch. Are changed at last. A crewman polishes the windshield as Holland moves away just 67 seconds after he stops.
So, I love that video, and I'll tell you why I love it, because it reminds me today of all the inefficiencies that we still see in payments, particularly in travel payments. You know, they're still slow, a lot of the processes are still manual, it's still complex, it's complicated, it's hard to reconcile. And I think then when we see the Ferrari team at the end there in 2013, it really shows what we all want for it to be like in payments. We all want it to be fast, we want it to be simple, we want it to be safe. And now I'm going to spend, as I said, 20 minutes, 25 minutes talking to you about why I believe that by doing that and achieving that, you really can improve your customer experience, and payments can play a key part of improving customer experience for you. But before I do that, just for the audience really, for people that don't know eNett, let me just say a few words about us. Our ambition, the reason why we get up in eNett every single day, is to be at the heart of travel payments globally, to take the inefficiencies out of those payments, helping people to pay their suppliers and their suppliers to pay suppliers. Today we do that via a virtual account number, so a 16-digit MasterCard, a virtual MasterCard that can be accepted anywhere you accept a MasterCard. We call the product VAN, and you'll hear me mention vans a lot through this presentation. So you know it stands for virtual account number. Simply put, as I said, we're here, as the branding says, to make payments fast, easy and safe. A little bit about the business in terms of how we've grown. We've seen some great growth over the last few years, particularly since 2009. And here's representation of that growth. You know, our dollar value has grown 9 times. Our revenue has grown 10 times, and the number of customers we've brought on board has grown 6 times. And it's taken us just over 3 years to get from $1 billion in transaction volume to $8 billion. You know, today we can provide our services in over 70 countries, and we offer over 30 currencies. So we really are global in nature, and we're supporting a few global customers. And here's an example of some of those customers that we support today, along with many, many others. And if any of you represent these brands today, thank you very much for your business. I hope we're looking after you well, and if we're not, then please do see me afterwards, and I'll make sure that we sort out anything that we're doing wrong for you. But we manage businesses large to small. Okay, so let's move on to what the core part of this presentation is all about. And it's about how I believe, how eNett believes payments can power experiences. I'm going to start off by setting the scene with this statement from Walker Information, which is a leading customer consultancy, and we've got some white papers and stuff we can share with you on this research. But they say, and it's a bold statement, that in 2020 is going to be the year experience is tipped to be a key brand differentiator. I'm sure that a lot of you think about customer experience every day. We certainly do, and we've heard about customer experience for many, many years, and that is a bold statement. But I'm going to walk through now and share with you why eNett and I think that it is so important to get this customer experience right, and how that customer experience will start with the employees, with your people. So I talked about experience is everything, as it powers customer loyalty and customer advocacy. And of course, in this competitive world, it is really important that we try and get all the things and work them to our advantage. If you look at some more research that has been done really recently by Forrester, they claim that 1 percentage point improvement on customer experience can deliver over $65 million US. And that example is taken from quite a large upscale hotel group. So 1 percentage point improvement on customer experience can improve revenue by that amount. So it really is worth focusing on, and it's really important to remember that experience is everything in today's world, and payments can certainly help you to improve it. But how can they help you? Some of you may have seen this before. It's something that we live and die by in eNett. It's really helped us shape our thinking about exactly how we can improve customer experience, all the different components of what drive customer experience, and how, as I said, starting with employee experience to customer experience can really drive both top-line growth and also improve bottom-line growth. So let's step through this very, very quickly. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been around for a while. I think it was first used for the American retailer Sears, and it's a proven model. But the first thing, as we know, is that profit growth is mainly stimulated by how loyal your customers are to you, how strong their customer advocacy is. And as we know, customer advocacy is driven by customer satisfaction. And I know I can see some smiles in the audience. I know this is obvious stuff, but bear with me because it's important. Satisfaction, as we know, is largely driven by the value that we deliver to our customers and you deliver to your customers. And that value is created, this is the important bit, that value is created by employees. And employees, the employee experience will only be what it needs to be if we really work hard to improve systems, processes, and how those employees can manage our customers. And making it easy for them to pay customers is extremely important and is what we're all about. So as I've said, this may be really obvious, but I don't know how many of you actually can hand on heart say that you invest the right amount of capital, resources, effort into making sure your people have the right support to do their job and therefore do the job for the customer. We're learning every day, and we're certainly not nowhere near where we want to be in terms of that, but we're investing in it. There's a lot of studies out there that support this, and we know that it's not easy, particularly where actual direct interaction with customers is often through digital channels, often remote, and often a step removed. In our business, in online business, people aren't walking into our stores every day to have a conversation, so we need to make sure that we've got that right. But what is clear, and hopefully I've demonstrated, albeit quickly from the service profit chain example, is if you do it right and you provide that employee experience, then the customer experience will improve and everyone will be happy. So let me go into more detail about why payments though. What is it about payments that can improve experience? To do that, what I thought might be useful is just to share a few examples of the B2C marketplace. So I'm going to go through a couple of brands that we all know, I'm sure we use them every day, and just talk about what they do so well to make payments frictionless and invisible and to really offer that great customer experience. And obviously they're delivering that because their employees have a great set of tools, great technology to provide that experience from. So the first one that we all know very, very well is Amazon. Does anyone have any idea about how long ago How many years ago did Amazon first launch their one-click button to purchase? Any ideas? Any hands? No, it's a bit noisy, so I'll tell you. It's almost 20 years ago that they first did that. And they actually had a patent around it as well, which has made it quite difficult for others to copy. But I can't believe that was so long ago. And of course today, you know, we can purchase things through Amazon, through any device, mobile, tablet, laptop, computer, digital TV, fridge now, and using any payment type. And they've really built that around the experience, about making it frictionless for customers, almost invisible. I think the second example that you'll all be very familiar with is Airbnb. Again, they've revolutionised, they've really disrupted their industry. So they're a technology company that's really disrupted things by making it easy for me or you to search for and book an accommodation, a room, a hotel, where it meets our experience. We get that authentic experience, and they've built an amazing business from it by offering convenience and choice. And making a payment is easy if you're booking on Airbnb. How Airbnb pay their suppliers may be more of a challenge. And one thing that we need to do as a payments business supporting the travel industry is really mirror what these guys have done on the front end and make sure that our payment solutions are as innovative, as simple and as visible on the back end for them to work with their accommodation providers. The final one, and very quickly, we've all used Uber. I mean, I love Uber. I know there's good and bad press, but in terms of what they've done, how they do it, the experience that you get from Uber by just searching for, selecting, jumping in the cab, jumping out of the cab, not having to worry about whether you've got cash, whether you're going to get to the end of your journey and your card's going to be accepted or the car's going to accept the cards, not having to worry about your receipt if it's a work trip. It's brilliant. And again, they've really done that by really focusing on offering the best customer experience. And they've done that by ensuring that their employees have the best technology and the best processes, software and applications to support that. So, why is it relevant to myself, to the business I work for, and to you guys? I think it's relevant because today, in this connected world that we live in, this borderless world that we live in, our customers and their customers, your customers, are becoming really, really demanding. And they're asking for more and more every day, more destinations. You have to provide bigger networks. We have to provide more currencies, be able to process those payments in more markets. And to do that, it's quite complex and it's difficult. But if we can do that, then again, we will provide an experience to you and you can provide an experience to your network that helps that. And again, just quoting a little bit of research, I know everyone likes a few numbers when they go through, pretty visual slides. There's some research done, and again, we can share this by Smith & Co. And they showed, similar to research before, that 5% increase in customer loyalty, can really drive an uplift of profit of over 50%. So when we talk about how relevant is payments within travel, I think that says it all really. This really can, making sure we've got the best experience really can drive the bottom line, which is what we need to do. In terms of how can suppliers, in terms of how you can pay suppliers, I'm not sure how many of you currently pay your suppliers or see that as a key part of what you do. See experience in how you pay your suppliers as a key part of what you do. Many of you, I'm sure, if you've got B2C businesses, do focus on obviously that experience, which is great. But I wonder just how much have you actually focused on paying your suppliers as well, which is also very, very important. Because again, if the process between the customer paying you and you paying your suppliers, is cumbersome, as I said before, is inefficient, is slow, takes up 2 or 3 people in your back office to process that, then those 2 or 3 people are 2 or 3 people that are not supporting your customers and making the experience great for their customers. So by improving your B2B side, by improving those supplier payments, we think, and we've seen it, will help you free up resource to actually focus on what's important is the customer experience. And if you think back to that service profit chain, that's what it's all about. It's ensuring that every single step of that service profit chain we deliver against. It wouldn't be a presentation without I spend a minute telling you about how eNett can help. As I said, we're a van company, we're a virtual account company. We're all about making payments fast, easy and safe. We're all about solving the problems that I've just talked about. We're all about trying to make the experience better for you and therefore for your customers as well. I won't go into detail about how all our products work. We can talk afterwards. You can come visit our stand. You can email me. But just think of them, as I said at the start, as a virtual MasterCard that you can use to pay your suppliers. Single use, great reconciliation, reporting and control around that, which delivers a good experience. The other thing that the product does is also help you to build out your network. Many customers we work with, they often say one of our biggest challenges is growing our content as fast as we can, growing our network as fast as we can, our listings as fast as we can. But to do that, you know, we need to take on a certain amount of risk, and sometimes we're nervous about the risk we take on because there might be new providers, new hotels or whatever. So what our product does is give some protection against that risk, because if those people default, then you as the online travel agency or travel portal are actually protected against that default. So it just gives them confidence to speed up how they do that. The next one I just wanted to touch on really is a good example, and this thing's falling off, so just bear with me a second. Is if you think of this brand here, Booking, I mean this is information that's in the public domain. We're not telling you anything that you don't already know probably, but they have developed their business quite significantly, quite quickly over the last few years. You know, going from 200,000 listings, probably over the 800,000 that we talk about here, and that creates quite a complex business. And probably some of you in the audience today have similar complex businesses that multiple markets, multiple geographies, or lots of different sizes of suppliers to pay. And how they manage those suppliers and pay those suppliers became increasingly difficult. So they actually did adopt a van. So they have worked with a van provider to help them solve some of those challenges, which gives them increased flexibility, helps them manage risk, and really ensures that their suppliers can be paid. So I think it's just a great example to show how someone out there in the market is using those to do that. In terms of payment acceptance, you know, we talked about how important it is to have a frictionless experience, an invisible experience. And I've talked about how our vans can help you achieve that. I think, again, just to reiterate the point, what we see is that, you know, by delivering a virtual account number and by using a virtual account number, you really can simplify your processes and make the experience better for your people and free them up. A number of customers that we have taken out 3 or 4 people from the back office. So people in these large customers that have to handle all these different reconciliations across all these markets and currency types, have been able to remove those and put them to the front office. So there's a real benefit over and above just the simplicity of paying the supplier. I've just talked about that really. It brings on to the importance that we said at the start around making sure that we do simplify our systems and our processes to make it easy, and hopefully then for you to deliver that experience, and for the employee to be able to deliver the right experience to the customers. I keep talking about the importance of linking employee experience to customer experience. It's an easy thing to say. We find it, you know, difficult to do it. It's a challenge. We have to work on it every day. And I don't know if anybody has a great secret sauce way of doing it. But by just continually doing things every day and doing them better for our employees, we see a big improvement around the customer experience, which is the key link, and why we believe that, you know, doing payments right can really power that experience. I'm going to skip over this slide because I'm conscious of time. I want to save some time, and I've talked about this, but again, this is just reminding you of the control that you also get by using the vans. So, sort of summary around this section, if we move on, is in terms of summing up with that employee experience and how important that is. It's really, as I said, hopefully the video, go back to that, really did show how complicated payments can be and how slow and cumbersome can be. And we're all aspiring to be the Ferrari of 2017. And by delivering those fast, automated ways to pay, it's really going to improve how your employees can deliver. And from a business performance point of view, the fact that you can do that, deliver that experience, improve revenues, we talked about the 1 percentage point improvement, is going to have a massive impact on your bottom line. A massive impact. And I really would urge everyone to go away today and really think about how you could use the service profit chain or similar models to help you improve your experience and to put payments at the heart of doing that. We do have some powerful proof points. We've been fortunate enough for Roberto to agree to sharing this. I won't read it out, I'll just leave it there for a few seconds. But again, here's an example of a business venture that's got real benefit out of using payments to drive the experience. So a quick question for you. I don't know how are you playing your suppliers today? Do you use, I don't know if anyone uses virtual account numbers, checks, invoices? I'm not sure. I suppose the other question, you're probably sat there and said, well, this is all good.
Something wrong with your...
Is there? Okay. I'm going to move to the microphone. Is that okay? Oh, there you go. So you're also probably wondering that that's all great, talks a lot about experience, but actually how do we calculate that? How do we work out what our return on investment is going to be by investing in our employee experience and then that improving our customer experience, their loyalty, advocacy, all the way up to improved profit? And how much is that going to do? So what we thought would be useful is to just share with you how we've calculated some of that. And actually we've produced an ROA calculator which is on our stand, and you can have a play with it. You can access it via the website as well. And you can start to see exactly what return you could get by investing in the right payment solution and improving the experience for your employees, and then going on to improve the experience for your customers. So the example I thought I'd share with you here is that a 10% increase in the number of advocates from 50 to 60% there can equal 67 million incremental sales in 5 years. And that's really powerful. So this is a customer that is just doing well at customer experience. They're not doing great, they're just doing well, but they saw a real uplift in revenue and a great return on their investment. So as I said, if you want to have a go yourself, please feel free to have a go or log on and see online. So hopefully that was useful. I hopefully left sort of 5-10 minutes at the end for questions. We're here to help. We're here to help you deliver the best payments experience. And hopefully you found this interesting, and I'd like to take some questions. Who's going to start? That's going to be easy. No? No one got a question? All right. Well, thank you very much. Oh, you have a question. There we go.
So I'm wondering, do you also help us saving on the currency exchange rates, and how can you leverage on that field?
Yeah, so the question was, how can we help save on exchange rates? I think there's a few things really. Firstly, we provide a number of ways to pay into the account. So our model, talking about eNett, is a pre-funded or fund on auth product. So you pay into an account, you then draw money down on the virtual MasterCard. So you can pay into that account in any currency, and then obviously you can pay out. So if you want to pay in dollar and pay out in dollar, you can. If there's times you need to flip the currency, then we can offer a number of solutions. We can offer solutions that actually take the wholesale rate from MasterCard, which is pretty competitive actually, or we can work with our banking partners to provide other solutions. Do you have any more questions? Do we? Okay, cool. I thought I'd leave about 5 questions. So, that's good.
I think there are no more questions.
Huh?
I think there are no more questions.
Okay.
Does anyone have a question?
No. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And as I said, do pop along to the stand if you do have questions that you want to ask us over there. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.